Hello everybody. Tonight we're going to fix us another chicken soup, but it's going to be chicken with vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and get my chicken. And that's the rest of that chicken that we didn't use all of it. I've still got wings and thighs and all kind of stuff on there, so I'm just going to put it in the pot. Get a spoon and get all the rest of this stuff out of here, because I want all of everything that was in there in this pot. Sorry about that. I'm also going to get some broth that I saved when I roasted that chicken. I saved the broth from the bottom of the pan, you know, when we roasted it. So I'm going to put that in the pot too. And it's got some grease on the top, so I'm going to have to cut through that. Everything freezes in my refrigerator. Seems like the hotter it is outside, the colder my refrigerator gets. And part of this is frozen. But that means I keep stuff a lot longer. Because it's the old-timey refrigerator. It's not like some of these new refrigerators that they don't even get cold enough to keep your milk from going sour. Now, we've got to put some water in there. I guess I should have the camera over here because I keep getting in front of it. Don't need too much water because we have that broth. Now I'm going to turn my burner on so that can be getting hot. I'm also going to add some garlic. Yep, I love garlic. I love garlic in my food, so it's healthy for you. It might give you garlic breath, but some black pepper. I'm going to put in just a little bit of instant bouillon, chicken bouillon. And as always, I forgot my onion powder. Where's my onion powder? Here it is. I just threw it in the floor. I've had a busy day today, y'all. I took my mower out to mow and it wouldn't start again. So I called the company about it and was told that it might be the float, you know, the little bulb primer, to take the screw out or the little bolt out from underneath that and let it drain out. Well, my racket wrench is too long. It was like 1/4 of an inch too long to fit under there. So I couldn't get the thing out. But I got aggravated with it. I flipped the thing upside down. Gas started coming out of it. And finally, when I flipped it back over, I just, for the heck of it, tried it. And it started. So if there was something stopped up in the float or the line, it jarred it loose with me flipping the mower upside down. Well, I went ahead and mowed what I had to mow today. Come in here and I called the lady that I talked to on the phone. I thanked her and I said, well, it must have been what you said, because I told her what happened. And I said it started, but then when I tried to start, just for the heck of it, I started it to try to crank it again, and I was still having trouble with it. So I turned it over, it's on its side, I shook it a little bit, set it back down, and it started right up. So I went out to Home Depot and I bought me a wrench. It's not a socket wrench, but it's one that will fit. It will fit that bolt. It's a 9mm, 9mm fixed ratchet. So hopefully, and I tried to turn it with a pair of pliers. It was too tight in there. I couldn't get it turned. So I gave up. So I'll try it with that and see what happens. But we're going to get that going. I've got celery over here. I'm going to add celery. And like I said, everything in my refrigerator will freeze unless it's in the vegetable bin or the door. And since I could not get this celery in the door, in the vegetable bin, it froze. It froze on me. So I'm going to use it anyway. Nothing wrong with it. It's just going to be for flavoring on the soup. I'm going to cut it. It's going to have to be washed. A lot of this is not very clean. Yeah, I'm going to use it anyway because it's just for flavors. It's not anything major. Keep my cutting board clean though. Get this over here and wash it. If there'd been a lot of other things, I probably wouldn't use it, but since, it was fresh when I put it in there, but yeah, it does freeze in my refrigerator. If I put eggs anywhere but in the door, they'll freeze. So I only try to buy enough eggs that I can put in the door at a time, because I don't want them to freeze on me. Yeah, I'm not going to need all of that, so I'm not going to wash it all right this minute. Cut those bad ends off. Maybe some little bit of it off. That'll make good compost, but yeah, I'm just going to go down through there and chop it up. Because that's going to go in my soup, y'all. The first time we made soup, we made chicken noodle soup. Well, this time I'm going to add noodles to it, but I'm going to also put veggies in it. It's going to be a vegetable soup with noodles, with pasta. Put all that in there, and I don't know, I just as well use some of this. The bottom part of it is not frozen. I'm going to put all of this though in compost. Because I've got another thing of celery down in the bottom of the refrigerator. So I don't need all that celery. But it'll do good in the compost. We're going to have a pot full of chicken soup, that's for sure. So let's get this washed. And just as well bring this over here and wash it off because it's got dirt. It's got dirt. I'm just so cramped in my kitchen, I don't have room to really do anything. So y'all have to just bear with me. I love celery. I can just munch on a piece of celery by itself. Y'all will probably wonder, well, what is a crazy woman doing? But you can see I just don't have room in my kitchen. I was trying to clean up stuff and yeah, I can just munch on a piece of celery. Or put tuna fish in it. Or eat it with tuna fish. That's really good. I guess that's one reason I never would go get a new refrigerator, because this one, you know, it keeps things so cold. That I hate to get rid of it. Go ahead and put that in there. And I know I've got an onion powder in there, but I wanted to put some onion. I think I got part of an onion in here because I don't need a whole one. But I've got part of an onion in here and I got part of a green onion. So I'm going to make good use of it. And yeah, it's chopped up kind of big, but I don't care. It's going to cook down. It's all good. I'll put this in my pot. I always try to keep a container handy to put scraps in, because I always put them in the compost pile. Now if I put stuff up in the top of my refrigerator, it doesn't freeze. Or in the door or the vegetable bin. But in the middle of the refrigerator and the bottom shelf, it will freeze. I've had eggs to freeze in there. But I'd rather for it to freeze my milk or anything else I've got in there rather than let it spoil, you know? So I know how it is, so I arrange stuff in my refrigerator so it doesn't freeze on me. And if some of it does freeze, I'll put that in this area where I know it's going to freeze, and it's okay if it freezes. Now we got to cook this chicken a little bit, because we got to get it off the bone. I'm going to cook it for, I don't know, bring it to some boiling temperatures anyway. There's still a lot of chicken on there. Tasted a little bit for my seasoning. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. You see, I did wash my spoon. I don't sample it out of the pot and then put my spoon back in the pot. Oh, I hear little buddy. Let me go open the door and let him in. He knows it's supper time. He's come to get his supper. He's come to get his supper. Yeah. Well, your bowl is right over there. I had a little bit of tuna fish. So what did I do with it? Didn't it give you a little bit of tuna fish? I gave you the water of it earlier. I gave him the water from some smoked oysters, and he loved it. Whew. But I think tuna fish is cheaper than cat food. Here you go. Let's see if you'll eat that. Yeah, he seems to want tuna fish. I guess he's tired of chicken and turkey. So there you are. Little Buddy's eating his dinner. For all of you people that love Little Buddy, there he is. He's eating his dinner. Well, I'm getting my chicken on here so I can fix my dinner. And I'm so thirsty. Yeah, if you're using your celery in a soup or a casserole or anything like that, it doesn't matter if it freezes it. If you got it in the refrigerator and it accidentally gets frozen, it's in your soup to flavor your soup anyway. So even if it's frozen, it might look kind of funny, but when you chop it up and put it in your soup, it's going to cook down the same way it would if it hadn't frozen, and it's going to flavor your soup just as good. So we made good use of that celery. And I'm going to put other stuff in there too, but I want to wait till I get my chicken out and get it all deboned. But like I said, we got to get it in there and get it heated up. At least get it to boiling so we can get it all off the bone. And bones, your beef bones, your chicken bones, your pork bones, ham bones, all of that, that's where you got all your good vitamins or stuff that you need for your body comes from bone broth. So always boil your bones if you can. Yeah, he likes that tuna fish. He said that's like a Christmas meal to me. And I don't pet him while I'm cooking. I touched my bowl, I touched his bowl, but that's it. I don't contaminate my stuff with cat stuff, so. Get my towel here. I think my chicken is just about getting ready to boil here. And I still need to get you on the other side. You can see better what I'm doing if you're over here, I think. You can't see little buddy, but you can see what I'm doing, basically. I'm trying to get it in an area that the light is good, or halfway good. That. I may need these tongs to get that chicken out. And it's starting to boil. And you know, I think the chicken was basically already cooked enough. But like I said, it doesn't hurt to boil the bones, because the bones are where all some of your good stuff's at. And it would have been a lot easier if I had not put my vegetables in here so soon. But, oh well. I don't do stuff the easy way anyway, do I? That over there. Like I said, I don't like skin and all that stuff in my soup. That's pretty gross to me. Some people like to eat it. I don't. Get the bones out. That other wing. So we got to get the meat off of that bone. But I am going to go ahead and While my chicken is cooling down, I'm going to add just a little bit of peas and carrots that I've got left here. They were frozen. They were in my freezer. But I'm going to add those. Because you know you don't need a lot of different things for soup. You just need a handful of this, that, and the other, so to speak. I'm going to put macaroni noodles. This was about a pound. I used part of it to make macaroni and cheese one day. I'm going to add that in there. Now, you ready to go out since you've eaten? Go ahead. Yeah, he's always ready to go out after he eats. Oh. And I probably will have to add more water to this. In fact, I know I will. Because I put all those noodles in there and they soak up moisture. But we got peas and carrots, we got celery, we got macaroni. You can put green beans if you'd like. Snow peas. Anything you would like in there. Just anything you would like. Now I'm going to get busy and get this chicken off the bone. Woo! It's hot, y'all. But it's easier to get off the bone when your chicken, it gets hot. It's a lot easier. You might have to let it cool down just a tiny bit so it doesn't burn your hands, but it is easier to get off the bone, separate it from the skin when it's a little warm. It's the little oysters, as I call it. So the backbone. The skin comes off a lot easier when your chicken is cooked and it's a little warm, because it has a tendency to want to stick when it's cold. There's plenty of meat on this chicken. I mean, I cook, you know, I beat the breast meat off of it. I made those wraps with it. I made several sandwiches with it. And now I'm making a big pot of soup. Get it to cool off now, just enough for me to get hold of it without burning my fingers. I got to look at Christmas when I was at Home Depot. They had a lot of stuff for Christmas set up. In fact, I videoed a lot of it, and I'm going to post that as well. So some of the people that can't get out, they're bedridden, confined to a wheelchair, that type of thing, they are mostly the ones that I do that type of video for because they enjoy it. They don't get to get out and see that. So they like it when I put it in a video. Woo, that's hot. This is going to be some good soup, y'all. You notice I'm putting some pretty big hunks of chicken in there. I mean, you can put more carrots and peas in there if you have them. I just put what I had left. And see that when the chicken is really cooked, the bones fairly come apart easy. Whereas if it's halfway cooked, the bones do not come apart very well at all. I mean, I've been in restaurants to eat chicken, and you bite into a chicken leg and it's got red inside. And you got to really work to bite that chicken off the bone because it's not done yet. Whereas if that chicken is done, it's going to just fall right off the bone. And it has a whole lot better taste to it. Turkey does too. If you leave your turkey in the oven until it is good and done, and it starts to fall apart, that turkey is 100% better than a turkey that is halfway done. My son-in-law, the first time he ate turkey at my house for Thanksgiving one year, he said, "Man, that's the best turkey I've ever eaten in my life." And that's why it is because when you buy commercial chicken or turkey, a lot of times it's not done good. They undercook it because they put it in those warmer trays until it's sold to keep it hot. And they know it's going to keep right on cooking while it's there. So they purposely undercook your chicken or your turkey for that reason. That's one reason I'd rather go ahead and cook my own. And that's one reason when I buy fried chicken at Walmart, a lot of times I don't get it. Well, I will get it if it's fresh. And I'll come home and put it in the microwave and zap it for about 5 minutes to get it cooked good. Or if it's been sitting there in the warmer for all day, and then they put it on the cold side, that chicken is cooked done. I know it's cooked done because it spent time on that warmer tray waiting for people to buy it. And it's continued to cook. See, people don't realize that. But I'll guarantee you try cooking your chicken or your turkey till it's falling apart or starting to fall apart, and I guarantee you it's going to have the better, it's going to taste so much better. And I didn't dress for this video. I'm just like I was running around town today. And I didn't dress to go to town either. I got to the place where I just don't care. If they don't like what I got on, they don't need to be looking at me. I don't know about y'all. That's the way I feel about it. See, I'm getting a lot of chicken off of this. Like I said, I don't like the skin. My kids always liked my chicken and dumplings and chicken and rice that I cooked years ago. Which I still cook it because I like it too. I mean, times were hard and we had to stretch food. You're a single parent and you're not making but like minimum wage on these jobs, working 7 days a week to try to pay bills. You got to watch what you spend. And you really don't have anything to watch to spend. You just have to buy what you can buy, I mean, and make it go as far as possible. I tell you, sometimes I look back and I don't see how in the world I made it. I don't see how I survived with my kids. But they didn't go hungry. There was always something on the table to eat. It wasn't McDonald's drive-thru. Because I couldn't afford it most of the time. And there's a lot of meat just on this chicken neck here. But you got to get your hands into it. You can't cook and be squeamish about getting your hands dirty. Or getting your hands all gooey with chicken and other stuff, so. That's going to be some good chicken soup. Chicken vegetable soup. Now, if you want to, instead of putting noodles, feel free to put potatoes. I just never cared for potatoes in my chicken soup. Now, the celery, the peas, beans, carrots, all that other stuff, yeah, I love that in there. You can put green beans, snow peas if you have them. And you can see I'm putting macaroni noodles in it this time. I think I put some lasagna noodles. I broke up lasagna noodles in the other one that time. And it was good. Doesn't matter what kind of pasta noodles you put in there. It's all pasta. It's all made the same way. If you need to break it up, just break it up. Now, all I need to do at this point is cook this until my macaroni pasta is done and my celery is cooked. And then my soup is ready to eat. And after it's cooked, turned into a soup, if you got so much you can't eat it all, get you some cup containers or any kind of small container that'll hold, you know, about Let's see what I got. I've even got some like this that I put chicken noodle soup in or chicken vegetable soup in. Got containers like this. You know, that they're small enough that maybe you can put a serving of your soup in and stick it in the freezer. Let it cool off. And you can refreeze it. It's not going to hurt that celery after it's cooked. Not going to hurt that chicken after it's cooked. I mean, I could have cut up more carrots if I'd had more time, because I do have more carrots. I just didn't want to take the time to cut them up. Carrots are good for you. Celery's good for you. Everything I put in this is good for you. And what I could do is pop all of this mess right there, right back in the pot after I get my soup out. And I can just boil the dickens out of that. I mean, just boil it to no end, strain it, and I'll have chicken broth. You'll have a quart of chicken broth out of that right there. Just all bones and the chicken that you got out of there. Because you saw that I didn't boil it that long. But you can get bone broth, chicken broth, all that right out of that scrap pile. Just throw it in a big pot and just boil it and boil it and boil it. And then just put it in a jar, stick it in your refrigerator, and keep it for when you need a dish that calls for bone broth or chicken broth. And you'll have fresh chicken. Fresh chicken broth. But that's looking good. If I do say so myself. The light is just not very good. And I really want you to see it. Maybe you can see it a little bit better here. Look at all that chicken in there. It's full of chicken. And after it cooks down some, if you want more soupier soup, just add a little bit more water. I don't like mine real soupy. I kind of like it the way it is right now. But by the time all the celery gets cooked down, I might add a little bit of water. I'm not sure. It's just about cooked down, to tell you the truth. Let me try a piece or two of the celery. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be eating me some chicken noodle or chicken vegetable noodle soup this week, that's for sure. On what I got right here. Let me try this big piece. Because I know it wasn't frozen. I like to get the pasta cooked really good. That way when I turn the pot off, it doesn't continue cooking in the hot broth. And it doesn't, just devour all the juice in your soup, the broth. If you only have it half cooked, it's going to keep soaking up your broth till it's gone. All your broth is going to be in your pasta. Yeah, I kind of wish now I'd have added a few more carrots. I would have loved more carrots in there. Get me a ladle and get me some of this out. Now y'all tell me, don't that look good? Nice thick chicken vegetable noodle soup. And like I said, I wish now to put more carrots, but I just didn't want to cut them up. I mean, I've done a lot today. I'm tired, so. But feel free if you put more carrots in there if you'd like. Put as many carrots in there as you want. Put as many peas in there as you want. I just put what I had available that I could put in there real quick. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm getting tired, y'all. It's been a long day. I'm getting tired. But I wish that camera would not focus so bright. Quite so bright. But now, you can get you some saltine crackers. Get you something to drink. No, well, I spilled something sticky on there. I got some saltine crackers that I had open. Get me a spoon. There's dinner. Oh, man. There's dinner. I made it. It's 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. But I made it, y'all. I got my chicken vegetable pasta soup made. Thick vegetable soup. Usually when I open a can of chicken noodle soup and I add the can of water, it's so soupy if I don't pour it in a cup and drink it. What I do is I take a bunch of saltine crackers and I just crumble them up in my soup until it absorbs all of the chicken soup. And then I eat it with a spoon so it's not watery. And I like it that way. Years ago I used to get the little oyster crackers, the little tiny round ones. But I found that the saltine crackers are the same thing. They're just made in a different shape. So if I have saltine crackers, I'll do that. So, dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Bless all the people in YouTube land. Bless all my subscribers. They're beautiful, loving people. I'm so fortunate to have them on my channel. Keep us all safe, healthy, and maybe if not wealthy, at least keep us substantially well off, put it that way. Let us be able to pay our bills without pulling our hair out. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. And I'm going to enjoy a spoonful of my soup if I can get it cool enough. Give y'all spoonful. It's got plenty of chicken in there. Pasta. And I'm burning my hand. Because that spoon was dripping in my hand. I know y'all say I'm funny, but a lot of people say they like watching my channel because I am funny. I'm just a real person, y'all. I don't put on airs. I don't try to be something I'm not. I just try to enjoy life, make the best of life, make the best of sad situations and that type of thing. But I'm going to try my soup. That is so good. It's good, but it's so hot. And you know, a lot of times when I get soup that's so good like this, I don't even want to eat a cracker because I just want to eat my soup. It tastes so good. So that was chicken wraps we got out of this one chicken. I got like 3 or 4 chicken sandwiches, which I love. What else did we do? We did something else. Oh, I took a thigh or 2 and a leg and I put it on a plate and I ate it with vegetables and greens and made a meal out of it. So you can get like 2 meals, eating it, you know, just with chicken and vegetables and other things on the side. So that was 3, and this is 4 different ways to fix that one chicken. And you saw, I've got a whole pot full of soup. That'll feed a family of 5 or 6 people, that pot will. Because, you know, I'm going to have soup for a long time, and I probably will freeze a couple of containers of it. Because I'm not going to be able to eat it all. So, you know the old saying, when times get tough, the tough get going. So, y'all, it's time to get going. They're raising our food prices. They're raising our utility prices. They've raised our gas prices. They're raising our house insurance, car insurance prices. They're raising everything on us except our pay and except our retirement checks. So y'all, we got to watch what we spend. We've got to conserve money every way we turn. We got to make the most out of our money. We got to make the most out of every dollar, every penny. Just like I always joke with my kids, I didn't just pinch pennies. I strangled my pennies. You know, my pennies were good if they left my hand because they really went to buy something we needed. Or they went to pay a bill. I mean, that's how hard it's been on me raising 2 kids by myself. I mean, I did get a little bit of support every month, but it wasn't enough. I was still working 7 days a week, just trying to pay bills, pay rent at first. And then after a year or so, they let me buy this place. And then, of course, it was house payments. Insurance on the house, you know, you got to keep insurance on it till at least you get it paid off. So it wasn't easy. So I feel for each and every one of you out there that have families that you're just wondering from paycheck to the next paycheck, is there going to be enough money there to pay bills and buy food? Because I'm right there with you. I know exactly what you're going through. And that's one reason I started the cooking channel, to show you how to prepare meals and make your food go, stretch it the furthest. You know, get the best out of it you can get. Just like getting the most out of that one chicken I could possibly get out of that chicken. So, you know, I don't feel bad about throwing the bones away now. Because I got the good out of that chicken, so to speak. That's what they say. You got the good out of it. Well, I got the good out of that chicken. I want you to get the good out of your chicken. I want you to get the good out of your beef, your pork, whatever it is you're cooking. Get the good out of it, and then you don't mind throwing scraps away. You don't throw anything away you can eat. The bones are the only thing, and the fat or the skin is the only thing you should be throwing away after you cook it. So with that, please like, share, subscribe to my videos. Tell your friends, your family members, if they haven't already been watching my channel. I need more subscribers. Just tell them to like, share, subscribe to my videos. Help me out. It's not going to cost them anything. All I ask people to do is watch my videos. That's all. That's it. You might like it. You might enjoy some of the content. You might like to get in on some of the lives. You know, basically, I set my lives aside to have discussions, chat with my subscribers, get to know one another. Like last night, we had a really good time on my live. We just had a live discussion, and it was such a lot of fun. So with that, I'm going to wish y'all a good night. I'm going to go ahead and finish eating my chicken vegetable noodle soup. And y'all have a blessed evening. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye now. Bye.